Questioner: why do we want to be famous? Krishnamurti: why do you think you want to be famous? I may explain, but at the end of it, will you stop wanting to be famous? You want to be famous because everybody around you in this society wants to be famous. Your parents, your teachers, the guru, the yogi, they all want to be famous, well known, and so you do too. Let us think this out together. Why do people want to be famous? First of all, it is profitable to be famous, and it gives you a great deal of pleasure, does it not? If you are known all over the world, you feel very important. It gives you a sense of immortality. You want to be famous, you want to be known and talked about in the world because inside yourself you are nobody. Inwardly, there is no richness, there is nothing there at all. Therefore, you want to be known in the world outside. But if you are inwardly rich, then it doesn't matter to you whether you are known or unknown. To be inwardly rich is much more arduous than to be outwardly rich and famous. It needs much more care, much closer attention. If if you have a little talent and know how to exploit it, you become famous. But inward richness does not come about in that way. To be inwardly rich, the mind has to understand and put away the things that are not important, like wanting to be famous. Inward richness implies standing alone, but the man who wants to be famous is afraid to stand alone because he depends on people's flattery and good opinion. Questionnaire: when you were young, you wrote a book in which you said, "These are not my words, they are the words of my masters." How is that you now instead insist upon our thinking for ourselves? And who was your master? Krishnamurti: one of the most difficult things is life is not to be bound by an idea. Being bound is called being consistent. If you have the ideal of non-violence, you try to be consistent with that ideal. Now the questionnaire is saying in effect, you tell us to think for ourselves, which is contrary to what you said when you were a boy. Where, why are you not consistent? What does it mean to be consistent? This is really a very important question. To be consistent is to have a mind that is unvaryingly following a particular pattern of thinking which means that you must not do contradictory things. One thing today and the opposite thing tomorrow. We are trying to find out what is a consistent mind, a mind which says, I have taken a vow to be something and I am going to be that for the rest of my life, is called consistent. But it is really a most stupid mind because it has come to a conclusion and it is living according to that conclusion. It is like a man building a wall around himself and letting life go by. This is a very complex problem. I may be over simplifying it, but I don't think so. When the mind is merely consistent, it becomes mechanical and loses the vitality, the glow, the beauty of free movement. It is functioning within a pattern. That is one part of the question. The other is, who is the master? You don't know the implications of all this. It is just as well. You see, it has said that I wrote a certain book when I was a boy, and that gentleman has quoted from the book a statement which says that a master helped to write it. Now, there are groups of people like the Theosophist who believes that there are masters living in the remote Himalayas who guide and help the world. And that gentleman wants to know who is the master is. Listen carefully because this applies to you also. Does it matter very much who a master or a guru is? What masters What matters is life, not your guru, not a master, a leader, or a teacher who interprets life for you. It is you who have to understand life. It is you who are suffering, who are in misery. It is you who want to know the meaning of death, of birth, of meditation, of sorrow, and nobody can tell you. Others can explain, but their explanations may be entirely false, altogether wrong. So it is good to be skeptical because it gives you a chance to find out for yourself whether you need a guru at all. What is important is to be a light unto yourself, to be your own master and disciple, to be both the teacher and the pupil. As long as you are learning, there is no teacher. It is only when you have stopped exploring, discovering, understanding the whole process of life that the teacher comes into being, and such a teacher has no value, then you are dead, and therefore your teacher is also dead.